And of course, we need to actually improve the image report writing. This is, for example, this is an example of a PET-CT that the MI physicians actually checks the AI detected findings. And once the detected finding is being done, confirmed, the AI, the large language model, is gonna write the report for you, write the impression as well as the differential diagnosis for you. The next, I'm going to talk about the support of scientific research. And being a physician scientist for my entire career life, I don't know how to write the programs, but I need a program that helps me to do what I want to do. And this is specifically designed for physician scientists who cannot write the sufficient code or do the algorithm design. And the second feature of this research portal is to allowing the physician scientists use their own data to develop their own large models, including large language models, and all, again, can be locally deployed. So this research portal encompasses four major components: the data repository, project management, smart annotations, fully automatic, semi-automatic, or manual, or human in the loop, you name it. And of course, the clinical model constructions and validation, that's also include the radiomics models. And finally, built-in biostatistical tools, allowing the one click to generate the graphs, figures, and the tables, and specifically table one, one click at your fingertip. And we also provide dedicated AI toolboxes from MI to neurological solutions, as well as the cardiac analysis, and the list is keep growing. I couldn't list them all. You may ask, what is the relationship between the research portal and the clinical portal? Actually, they are riding on the same platform. And think about this. We have a container, but we have two truck engines. One truck engine is designed to climb the hills with a huge torque that you can do whatever you want to do, but not that fast. On the other hand, the other truck engine is designed for freeways. And that goes fast on the streamlined fashion, but it's so restricted that you cannot do something that you really want to do. So these are the two portals that compensate to each other, help each other, and to get the things done effectively. And of course, we have published more than 500 articles in top journals, and we validated every single algorithm, every single application that we have developed for this whole thing. And we put a close eye on our competitors' performance. Every time we saw something come up, we need to catch it, and we want to be on top of it. I'm sorry, but that's my mentality, or Serge's mentality. And finally, enabling the medical equipment. Again, I mentioned it before. Every single piece of metal guy that is sold on the market has an AI component of it. And also, of course, we have a UAI Vision, the 3D camera that captures the 3D model and creates the 3D model in real-time fashion, and that allows us to empower the medical equipment efficiently. So the trend of AI radiology, that's my opinion, is the next generation of RIA information system needs to connect the PACS and the RIS. Now, if you look at the current status, the traditional radiology information system is centered around the PACS and the RIS, right? But they are working separately. The radiologists look at the images and type or dictates whatever, for the reports. That's the current way of doing it. Now, we have the AI that kicks in, helped us tremendously, but yet is still an add-on system while it becomes the hub of the radiological data flow. But still, it's an add-on. So you still need to, sort of plug in, doing this and doing that. In my opinion, the real modern in the real modern era, AI era, the clinical workflow that we need to create is the AGI, the artificial general intelligence that is enabled by large models, and the AI servers will be integrated into PACS and RIS, and they'll be completely integrated together and became the AI native PACS/RIS system. And that will be the core of the next generation of radiological system. And here is an example that we are working on. The physicians actually is looking at the image. Actually, the large image model is looking at the images. And if you see this part, this is the reporting part. And the large image model is looking, large voice model is listening to what a physician is saying, and the large language model is to think, to form a structured image findings from using the large image model, and you can turn some oral descriptions to a medical terminology. For example, lung nodule versus pulmonary nodules. Those kind of things. And also it blocks out, hey, Dr. John, are you gonna have a lunch together? It's gonna be filtered out and not gonna be dictated and transcribed. Of course, but that's true, right? It happens all the time. And integrate the AI findings and the radiologist's instruction to predict the diagnostic conclusions and finally generate the radio or multimedia-based radio report, that fits the requirement. And this is one of the examples that we are working on. And the RIS is doing the reports, and PACS is doing the reading, and then they closely connected. You see these hyperlinks? Each hyperlink represents the finding on the PACS screen. And this screen eventually will replace the PACS viewer, and this screen will eventually replace the RIS reporting screen. That's what we are working on. To conclude, we have deployed more than 3,000 our solutions in more than 3,000 hospitals, and we have 15 product line, more than AI solutions, and of course we are start working, globally collaborations around the world. And being the company selling the AI tools, we have CEs, FDA clearance, as well as the Chinese FDA, aka NMPA. A lot of innovations, impacts, and other articles and things like that. And the most important thing is our collaborators. Without working with the physicians and radiologists, we're not going to go anywhere. That concludes my talk. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. That's an absolutely astounding insight into the scale and possibility of Chinese innovation. The amount of deployments, the amount of applications you have, the integrations you've done is quite impressive. We're still here talking about single use case AI, and you're doing everything all in one go. Well, I guess without getting too geopolitical, this reminds me of kind of like the innovation side of China is so huge and so powerful. Are there other companies in China doing this? Do you consider yourselves the market leader, or is there a lot of competition in this space in China? And are we ready in Europe here for this Chinese wave of innovation?
That's a tricky question, but what I can tell you my company, but I cannot tell you on behalf of other companies. We do think that we have probably the most comprehensive AI solutions in the world, not only in China, but in the world.
Well, I was checking the regulatory database while you were talking. It's true, they do have 53 FDA clearances, which is more than most startups here have on paper. So that's amazing. Any questions for the audience while they have the chance? One's coming down. It's the chap from Japan, in fact. Come on.
Thank you very much. I think you're very experienced in the US market, the China market, and the European market. How would you compare the three markets? How is the difference within AI?
Actually, they are very different. Okay, let me just tell you a little bit of my personal experience. In Chinese market, the volume is tremendous. It's like Indian market, they're similar. Patient population is incredible. So you need to just go. Okay, I'm a surgeon in the United States. My nurse booked me 3 patients, 30 minutes. I would say, hey, that's too much. I need time, right? Cannot see 3 patients in 30 minutes. But how my Chinese colleagues doing? 3 minutes per patient. So that's the difference. AI, why it gets so popular? Because the patient volume. On the other hand, in the United States, they have a luxury, not seeing that many patients in 30 minutes, or radiologist reports so little reports writing every day. However, they want a precision, they want a higher standard, they want the research, they want to accumulate the data for their publications. Because a lot of teaching hospitals, especially those top leading hospitals, requires the publications. So they demand AI, but to the other end. European countries are a little bit different because one portion of it is towards similar to the United States, but the other portion towards the Chinese, Indian market. They are quite, patient volume, everything. And on the other hand, the automation is also one thing, because in the European countries, they really lack, some of the European countries really lack of the radiologists and the physicians. They want AI can kick in somehow to help radiologists and the physicians. And that's how the Bayer gentleman talked about the regulations of EU. I could tell the recent published 6 months ago, I guess, the regulations in EU probably is the most tight rules in terms of AI.
They are, for sure. Well, James, thank you so much for that super presentation. Another round of applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And welcome to visit our booth. I'll be there. Thank you.